Hello one and all, Ryker here. Today is another installment of I tried to explain things badly and tried to overcome it. Do you think you have the ability to run the main towers, the 3-7 split, the 800 wall, or the 4-8 split? Let's find out, shall we? So we're going in reverse order. We're gonna go from the hardest towers to the easiest towers. The hardest towers are the main towers. There's 4 of them. These towers get the main flow from unload and have to separate every package to its correct belt. Things the main towers have to look out for are things like NCs, which are non-conveyable, which are not supposed to be up there in the first place, which could be a few things. One, it can be a package that is too bulky, or 2, a package that is too heavy. And for our facility, I believe that is about 90 pounds for one package that can be on the belt. Any higher, then you start raising eyebrows on why it's up there in the first place. 2, you also look for hazmat. And 3, you also look for other things. I'm sorry, this total disclaimer, I haven't been up there in the main towers myself, so I can't exactly tell you what the main towers do in its entirety. But this is just a base overview. And the main towers get the main flow. They get the fire hose. They get everything. So when they do a segment call and they say, we did 1,500 packages in 15 minutes, that's how much all 4 towers got in 15 minutes. They did 1,500 packages. Main towers doesn't sound right for you? All right, let's go to the second most difficult tower, in my opinion. The 3-7 split. Now the 3-7 split and the 800 wall kind of share the same layout. However, the 3-7 split is a little bit faster and there's a lot more going on. So the 3-7 split is as follows. You get 3s and 7s. The only packages you need to touch at the 3-7 split are the 7s, and you separate them by truck. Now during normal operations, during our shift, that is 3 trucks, I believe, that you have to separate to the correct one. I believe it's 47, 46, and 45. And also, while you're at the 3-7 split, you have prime viewing of the back of the main towers. So you have a perfect view of the belt 5 offshoot and the 4-8 belt that is basically right in front of you. So you have a great viewing of any jam flow that might be coming to belt 5 or the 4-8 split. Still think that's too difficult? Okay, we'll go to the second easiest tower of the building, the 800 wall. Here, you only have to deal with 8s, and it's a little bit slower than the rest of the main belts. Here, you have to separate it by 5 trucks, 838, 837, 835, and 834. You let 830s go by. Don't think you could handle the 800 wall split tower? Okay. The easiest tower, the quote-unquote easiest tower, as has been demonstrated and talked about by me and a few others, is the 4-8 split. You only have 2 main tasks, 2 of them. One is to separate the 8s from the 4s. You don't even need to touch 4s. Just make sure that the vision label actually says 4 belt 4. And 2, you have to be on the lookout for belt 5 jams and belt 400 jams. So your belt and the belt behind you, because belt 5 has the easiest success rate of getting a jam at that corner behind you. Now there's one other thing to note about the towers. As you'll see by the picture beside me, that there is one aspect that every single tower and belt has. They have a stop and go button. The green being go, the stop means you stop that belt, and the silver and red one is the emergency stop. That stops everything. Now, at the 4-8 split, it's a little bit interesting. Just a tad. I didn't realize I had that much power at my fingertips that made me want to touch this button so bad. So, if you push the silver and red one, that stops every single belt for emergency purposes only. Now, you are given only one rule at the 4-8 split, and I'll let Rocket explain.
Don't push this button.
And you know what happens if you touch that button? You have stopped belt 4, the main tower's belts, and the door's belts. You know, unload. So if you touch the normal button, the normal red button that only stops yours at the 4/8 split, you've just angered belt 4, the main towers, and everyone in unload. So the rule is at the 4/8 split is that you don't touch those buttons at all, which makes it a little bit difficult because everyone else can stop their belt except for belt 4, which is also under the rule of don't touch that button. Everyone else can touch their button, just not belt 4 or the 4/8 split, because half of the operation basically goes down. And that is every tower explained at its base function. Now, what skills do you need to succeed at any of these towers? I asked Sort Manager C about my opinions on what the main towers and any tower basically should have if they want to run towers. And he said, number 1, accuracy. You have to be able to read and push that package off on the correct chute accurately. Number 2, observation. You need to be able to observe things around you, such as call out jams and make sure that packages are going to their correct chute. 3 kind of coincides with 2, call outs. You can't be afraid to tell the supervisors of unload or the supervisors of any belt that there's an issue, because if you don't talk and there's an issue, we kind of want to know what's going on. And 4, speed. Now I understand that it takes a little bit of time to make sure that your accuracy is up there. I do get it. It took me 3 months to be as good as I am now at the 4/8 split. 3 months. I used to have whole cages of nothing but 8s down at belt 4. I believe the most I ever missed was like 75 packages, if not more. But speed comes with time, so I do understand that things of this nature do take time. Now that's them at their base level. However, as you guys may have noticed on this channel, I do a little bit more. So if you do all the things that I do at the 4/8 split and count every single miss sort, what's its level at? I would say it's around level 2. So it'd be in between 800 wall and the 3/7 split. So from easiest to hardest, it would be 4/8, 800 wall, 3/7 split, and the 4 main towers. In that order. That's its difficulty. And that is it. This script really helped out. And I don't use scripts often because I'm dyslexic, and it takes a lot for me to read. However, with the way that I use scripts, I don't use scripts like everyone else does. You know, they have a whole list, they have it word for word. I don't do that. So I'm quite happy that I used bullet points for things that I need to touch on. And if you notice that my voice is a little bit more gravelly and it sounds like that I probably died, I did. I got sick and it was bad. But I'm recovering. Anyway, those are the skills you need to run the towers at a FedEx facility. This is Ryker telling you to have a good day and a good night. And to my managers and supervisors, tell me how I did about this explanation, and I'll see you at work.